Hey guys, Aaron here. Today we're going to be replacing a GM heater hose connector that's attached to the firewall. GM used this connector for many years, about year 2000 to 2014, around there. This particular vehicle does have auxiliary heating and cooling, so there is an actual two metal lines that come down here that connect to these fittings. Now looking at the connector themselves, there's two quick disconnects, and then the heater hoses actually connect to these portions right there. In my instance, in my case here, somebody actually has a heater hose clamp connected to one, so I'm gonna have to take that off and see what's going on there. Most likely they just replaced the fitting and slip this hose on. So let's go ahead and drain the coolant, and we'll start disconnecting these hoses to replace the connectors. Now this particular model, this 08 Yukon, doesn't have a radiator drain cock, which it makes it really nice, fast and easy to drain the coolant out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off this bottom radiator hose here, which will give us enough, the coolant level will go down enough to where we don't get water all over wires and our valve cover and coils and etc. Using some penetrating oil or WD-40 on these spring-type clamps really helps them move along the hose once you have them released. Now that the coolant has been evacuated out of the vehicle, what I like to do is take off these two hoses first. It really frees up some space to get to these back pins, but I'm actually going to be replacing both, even though this is the only one that's leaking. So go ahead, and what you can do is depress both tabs, and while pushing in on the hose, depress them and then pull out all at once. And at first, the connector might not want to come, but after twisting it and breaking it free and pushing down both tabs, it'll pop loose just like that. Now that we got both connections off the front, what I like to do is work towards the connector that's towards the motor and disconnect the connection at the back of the firewall. But the same as the front or the side, just go ahead and squeeze down and pull right off. That one was pretty easy. Now what we could do is actually rotate this, manipulate this connector to get the connection off of our auxiliary line, which is right here. Now inside of each connection is a O-ring, and after so many heat cycles and so much time and age, these O-rings, you can see they're black inside there, they get hard and brittle and they eventually leak. There's the second one. Now before we install the new ones, what I like to do is just put a little bit of wheel bearing grease or some white lithium grease in these connections. That just keeps the O-rings nice and fresh, and it actually makes assembling the new connectors a whole lot easier. Now as far as putting everything back together, it's pretty much the opposite what we did to put it back, to take it apart. So put the auxiliary line in first, make sure it clicks, and then put it against the firewall, and then go ahead and give it a good snug test to make sure it's on there and it's not going to pop off. Now while you're at it, it may be a good idea to replace these fittings as well. I will put a link in the description of where you can buy these and the correct sizes that you might need for them. I'm going to actually end up reusing these hoses. The customer declined to replace them, so I'll put some grease in there and simply just snap them back on. So once you get everything back together and put coolant back in it, go ahead, start it up and check for leaks. That's pretty much it, guys. Hope this video has helped you out. If it has, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave something in the comment section. See you next time.